find this? Coming live from the outhouse. Welcome to Same Shit, Different Toilet.
What kind of shit is that?
Everyone can eat shit! Big bag of shit! See you motherfuckers at the dance!
I am your man, Fresh. And now, introducing Mr. Orange and Duffman.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
Oh no, baby, I won't give up that easy, no.
Hello and welcome into Same Shit, Different Toilet. Hey, on today's show, we have a wonderful shit happen story from the man Pepto. Yes, Pepto called in. We got a good one for you tonight. Also, the FOB of SNL alumni. This is going to be fantastic. Thank you to all the shitheads who went on theouthouse.com, signed up for the email, and voted on that shit. We thank you so much. You're a huge part of this show, and we owe it all to you. And we're also going to delve into Saturday Night Live, past, present, maybe future. We'll see. Yeah, we ain't giving up though. We're on Same Shit, Different Toilet.
They ain't giving up that easy. And one thing that's very important I'd like to point out right away is that this is episode 10, fellas.
That's right.
Sorry, my voice got a little hoarse there right there.
You're so
but
excited.
Shit, episode 10.
Caught up there.
Yeah.
I promised myself I wouldn't do this.
Speaking of SNL.
Every time with you guys, you get me. You draw me back in just when I thought I'm out. I'm feeling a little verklempt.
That's awesome, dude.
It is number 10. I
Number
had to bust
10.
out the baby jersey I haven't worn in a long time. Got me thinking about famous number 10s.
That's a legit one with the
yeah,
Nike
it's
on
the
it.
Arizona one. It's the old school one, man. Found it in a weird-ass mall in Virginia.
He's been around.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Shit, I got the same jersey. I bought it in Sacramento.
Wow.
I mean, it's an Arizona jersey, just to let everybody know. Mike Bibby. It's awesome.
One of my favorite 10s is the David Letterman top 10 list.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love that.
Paul, hit him with another one, Paul.
That was just so funny.
It was.
It was good bits. I mean,
They were
sometimes
funny.
they weren't always, but
Letterman's kind of like Saturday Night Live, we're going to talk about later, just in the sense that you felt like you'd reached a certain age when you got to watch those kinds of things.
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Any other famous number 10s for you guys?
It wasn't Walt Frazier number 10?
Yeah, I think he was.
Walt Frazier.
That's a good one.
I had to go do a little digging. Hardaway came to me right away because I was such a big
Penny?
No, Timmy.
Tim Hardaway. You're
Yeah,
right.
I was such a big Run TMC guy. I was a huge Warriors fan when I was younger.
That's awesome.
Yeah, till they traded Weber. Broke my heart. Said I wouldn't root for him no more.
And ironic, where did he go? Well, not right away anyway.
Well, he ended up in Sacramento,
Yeah.
which is why I'm a Kings fan.
That's funny, man.
I did see that there were some really famous number 10s like Lionel Messi and Pele.
Yeah.
Isn't Odell Beckham number 10? No? Am I wrong?
No, I think that's Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, Odell Beckham Jr.
Mm.
No, I don't know.
He's 16?
16? I don't know. Go get the Madden cover.
Yeah, did he get that Madden curse? No, he's going to get signed. Whatever.
So I was, speaking of Pele there, I found myself the other day watching a soccer match and actually giving a shit. And it was weird, man. It was real weird for me. I've always made fun of soccer players, and I always just wasn't really a soccer thing. And I think they had a joke, Hank Hill or something said soccer was invented by the Swedish, so the men had something to do while the women barbecued or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Something ridiculous. I was on that team. So
You
then,
said that was on King of the Hill?
yeah, I think it was on King of the Hill.
Sounds about right.
That show's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Lord Flatulent moves in next door, right? He's born in Manchester, England, and I always give him a hard time. And he got real mad at me one day because I told somebody he was from Liverpool. It was an honest mistake at the time.
He's a Beatle.
The 1,000 times I've said it since were not honest mistakes because I know it gets under his skin.
There's more fucking places in England than goddamn Liverpool, you cunts.
So I decided almost 2 years ago now that I was going to start messing with him. And so I Googled, I had to Google it, Manchester United's biggest rival. And I came up with Liverpool. I go, well, that's not a coincidence.
Shit's meant
So
to
I'm going to
be.
become a Liverpool fan. So I get on Facebook. I like all this shit from Liverpool I can, just in the hopes that he notices one day, like, what the hell? Nothing,
Mr.
right?
Orange likes Liverpool.
I buy a scarf and I have it on the ready. And I didn't know when I was going to bust it out, but I knew the time would come and I had patience. So I left it in the closet and it sat there for months, getting dusty even. And Mama KGB's like, when are you gonna mess with Lord Flatulent over there? And I said, time will come. And so we were playing poker not too long ago, and we were sitting there, and I had it rolled up and in my cooler where all my beers were, and me and him got in a hand, and I said, hold on a second, I need another beer. And I reached over into the cooler, and I came out, and I had that scarf, and just boom, I just pulled it out over my head like Rocky. And he just looked at me like, what the what? He didn't know how to comprehend it.
No words.
In the 5 years I'd known him, almost 6 years, I had never had one good thing to say about soccer. And all of a sudden, I'm a Liverpool fan.
To take it back to England and get a
It's
fight.
great. So,
Bar brawl.
You don't mess with soccer out
Right,
there. I ain't seen
right.
shit.
you know, yeah, exactly. So I get into all this just to mess with him. Now Liverpool's in the Champions League and they're playing Man City the other day, and I'm at work running circles around the control room because we're kicking the shit out of them. I am a soccer fan.
What the hell happened, dude? Wow.
Wait,
It's
so what?
crazy, right?
But what did he end up saying with the scarf?
Oh, he didn't know what to say. He's just like, he called me. I don't remember what he called me, but he's been calling me a lot of things since. That I think is what he called me that night. Like a scouse, I think is something that's directed directly at Liverpool fans.
It's like
I think I would have to ask him when we have him on.
That was quite a bit of dedication to the prank that you just displayed.
Dude, I'm going to he doesn't know this part yet, but if you step out this door, outside of the outhouse to this side, you'll find Lord Flatulent's Manor. And in the top of Lord Flatulent's Manor is his bedroom. And right outside his bedroom, I'm running a flagpole up, and it's going to have a U.S. flag.
Oh.
It's going to have a state of California flag, and it's going to have a Liverpool football club.
Oh no, that might be going too far.
wow, dude.
That might be going too
He's gonna
far.
burn all three of your flags.
Are you putting it up because you want to put it up, or are you putting up
I'm
for the
putting
sole
up a flagpole anyway.
Yeah.
But it's going to have the added bonus of being able to fly that last little flag there.
Don't
So
do
when-
it 24/7. That's kind of like shared space, the air, man.
Just
That's
do it
kind of
game day.
or something.
I'm trying to start a neighbor war. We're gonna
Jesus, apparently so.
Right?
That was dedication to the craft, but after all that time you waited and you came up and you just held it over your head like a banner, I would
in
have
the
been
middle
more.
of a poker hand.
Oh
in
man,
the middle.
just like fuck you,
much,
like
dude.
what the fuck? That's so not chill.
We went out with a couple on Friday night, and the guy that we went out with was at that poker game, and he was just like, "Dude, yeah." He's telling Mama KGB, he wasn't the same after that. Lord Flatulent couldn't play, and he was done. Lost all his money and went home.
Yeah, that's the fuck,
dude,
man.
it was so perfect.
So that's like flying a Red Sox flag out my window. Like
100%.
it's gonna be like
No, but not only is it like that, it's your neighbor who came from England that you thought didn't know anything about baseball, and all of a sudden he's just rocking Red Sox gear.
Sorry, Hans, wrong guess.
yeah, man. That's pretty funny. That's some dedication to that joke, man. I gotta applaud you on that. I would have just came out more subtly with it, maybe like wrapped around my shoulder and kind of wait for him to notice, because you're not saying anything, and then you're playing your hand and you're like, hit me, and he goes, what the fuck are you wearing? You know what I mean?
Right?
That was an awful Lord Flatulence impression. I wasn't really trying to do one, but it was just like, wow, man.
We'll get Lord Flatulence on here because he's gonna be hosting Shit Happens in a little while here.
All right.
Yeah.
What'd you do in the yard this week there, new homeowner?
Well, I tweeted it out weeks ago, and I was like, I literally step in shit for you shitheads, see?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, it actually wasn't shit. But I planted some trees. You know, we had a bare backyard, so it was all just dirt. And it's actually, they keep referring it's to some sort of clay in our backyard. They all know what it's called or whatever, but it's like, yeah, when it gets muddy, it cakes up on your boots, and like, I put this dog run in, so I laid all this pea gravel and stuff, and then that gets stuck in it like little chocolate chips in the fucking poo muck. But so we've been working on beautifying the yard and landscaping, and it's actually quite enjoyable. I love working outside and digging in the dirt and stuff like that. So I planted 6 trees. It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
And just dug in the hole, planted them all properly, and I got a Japanese maple.
I like those.
Yeah. Well, and he's like, you know, because I got them from Smud. And if you, in order of, well, excuse me, they'll give away complimentary trees because the shade and the oxygen that the tree provides reduces overall energy consumption. So they invest in all these trees to give out into the community, and Sacramento's already obviously the city of trees already.
Yep.
So it's like they're just continuing to grow that urban skyline, and we have like a retaining wall and or it's a property barrier wall, and the road noise is abrasive at times, so it's like the tree's going to insulate that and help that out. But I was like, I described my whole Zen garden area and how I wanted to put a Japanese maple there. He's like, well, Japanese maples need a lot of shade, so they're not like providing the shade. And I was like, yeah, well, cool, man, whatever, like beggars can't be choosers. I was just saying, and I'm like showing him the plans where my Buddha statue is going to go and how I'm going to pot bamboo and stuff and pot it so that it doesn't take over like a weed and overcome the whole backyard and all this stuff. And he's like, you know what? We are allowed one customer service tree, so I'll get you that Japanese maple.
Nice.
So cool.
And I was like, fucking A, man. Like, it was super cool. And he was like very ginger, so to speak. And we had just celebrated St. Patrick's Day. And he's like, Dufficy, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's Irish. Like, super trying to play up on it. And we started talking about our kids being born. And he was super excited. Gave me a big old handshake because I had just had the kid. Mm-hmm. Like, I had canceled this tree appointment once because we were going to go into labor or whatever. And then the labor thing threw everything out of whack because it was all 10 days late and shit. And so I actually left the hospital. I left baby and mama at the fucking hospital. I was like, I'm going to go meet the tree guy real quick. I'll be back in an hour. Like, went and did it. Went back to the hospital. It was cool. So he hooked up that Japanese maple, man. I'm really happy to get the Zen going. So I got to lay some irrigation, get the water going. We poured a bunch of concrete slabs. We got an outdoor kitchen coming at the end of the month, which is going to be cool. And then it's sod. Well, we got to get some more rocks, plant some more plants, and then put the sod in. And then it's going to be like a fucking yard.
It's gonna be a fucking paradise.
And then
back
in
there,
a year, I'm going to rip out a big chunk of the grass and put a fucking pool in because I thought I could deal without a pool, and I want a pool so bad. So that's what I want to do.
Start digging, man.
Yeah.
All right.
You're nice to a guy, and then it's not always what it's who you know. It might have happened to me this weekend, walking into a new job by finding the TV.
Yeah, because we've been wanting a new TV in the outhouse, and Orange has been scouring the social network marketplaces to find a good deal on a rockin' TV, which he did.
Yeah, I think we got a hell of a deal on it, and then come to find out, because it's Facebook and don't want to walk into something sketch, I look at his profile real quick. Guy was a Navy vet. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll get an extra $25 off. Right? And so then I go a little bit further, and he works for a department that I would like to work for. And I was like, wow, what a coincidence. Maybe I'll get a chance to talk to him about that. I told Mr. Duffman, and we had a set price. He was over that price. And before I had a chance to even offer him less, he told me it was the exact price I told Duffman we would get a TV for. So I was like, wow, this is all kind of neat. Show up, he couldn't have been a nicer guy. I told him I was a vet. He goes, what'd you do? I told him what I did. And he didn't even wait for me to ask him about a job. He was like, hey, do you ever think about working here? Yeah, I thought about it. He's like, I go, do you work with that department? And he goes, no, but my boss is the guy that hires people in that one. And I go, get out of Dodge.
Damn.
So he's going to take me on a tour. So I get to get face-to-face with some people. So if down the road, when they have a position open up, positions like that one don't open up often. So I might have got a freaking job out of that. I mean, it'd be crazy, but
All
be
through
neat.
the podcast.
Yeah.
That's P3, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's right. The P3s will get you.
We joked about that because he texted. He's like, yo, dude is this cool for the TV price, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he mentioned something about the Navy thing, and we talked about it. I was like, well, fuck, maybe you'll get an in. Same exact shit happened. It was like we wished it into existence, or just we lived it before it happened. Kind of like those premonitions you get in the floats. Not to get too get too off topic, but it's funny how shit like that works sometimes.
We floated this weekend, so it makes sense that it comes back up again, and I got a lot of stuff done in there. It was awesome.
I can't wait to do it. I need to do it. My aggression has been creeping back up, and I've been starting to get miserable again, and I don't want to fucking slide down that rabbit hole of negativity and get where I can get, because I don't like getting into those dark places.
Yeah.
So I gotta start practicing the P3. I gotta improve my meditation. Fucking have to. And I have to do it for the sake of the kid. That's half the reason why I started all this shit in advance as a chest thought move so that I don't subconsciously pass this shit off to him. And I'm kind of working from home because even though I fucking take time off, I'm always fucking working. And I'm cussing and I'm freaking out. And he's in another room sucking on a tit. You don't think he's absorbing that subconscious energy even though he's 3 rooms down the hall? Yeah. Like, it's in the air, bro. It's like secondhand smoke to a degree. It's like, and I fucking punch myself in the face for that because I'm like fucking livid and taking it out. Even though I'm not taking it out on them, I subconsciously am taking it out on them. And I feel that that's how it's perceived sometime. So it's like, if you're yelling around somebody, even though it's not about them, their natural reaction is to be like, fuck, like, what did I do? Like, why are you bummed around me or whatever?
So anyway. Talk to you, right? You know, if I say something the wrong way, is it going to fuck with you?
I need to float. And I need to get my meditation back up so that I can cool out and be chill for the fucking baby, man. That's my fresh take for the fucking week.
And if anybody's listening in the Sacramento area, go to Floataway Spas and on How. Ask for Mama D. Tell her Mr. Orange sent you, and she will give you a big old hug. She's an amazing woman, and she will make it so much fun for you.
Mama D.
Mama D.
Mama D.
We've been hearing a lot about Mama D, so
go visit her. It's good to meet good people that are helping you out. You know?
Absolutely.
So that's good.
Yeah. So you guys thought I threw autocorrect in there earlier when I referenced a bad joke. I guess the tater salad joke, but
yeah, that went right over.
Right. Yeah.
I was in the middle of doing my taxes at that time, and I was like, "Fucking A!" Like, and I was like, "I don't got time to watch this video, or whatever." I'm sure it's wonderful. Well, that's what I'm saying. Fuck autocorrect, and I guess I'm gonna get angry again on this episode. Episode 10: Duffman loses his shit.
You'll be all right, tough man.
Ducking autocorrect.
We'll get to P3. You want to do it early?
Shit.
Do we need to do it early?
We're going to have to do P3 times.
Okay.
But no, nobody in their life has ever tried to type ducking. Son of a bitch. Nobody in their life has ever tried to fucking type ducking. So I'm just going to start saying it. I'm going to get these t-shirts with a duck emoji, maybe an ING for the first couple of shirts.
There you
until
go.
they get the hint that whenever you see the duck emoji, that means fuck. I'm just going to start doing it. I'm just going to start doing it. So much that in 100 years they won't even say fuck anymore. All they'll say is duck. And a duck will be called a fuck.
Fucking revolutionary, my friend.
Jesus Christ.
That's going to be the way of life. But I do like the fact of putting a duck. Maybe you could say, like, you don't even have to put ING. You put that.
Just put the duck.
Duck that. You know what I mean?
Like, that works.
Duck you.
Duck. What was that?
That was my fist.
Oh, I was going to say. It's making us all mad. Somebody walked by. He was jogging by. He heard us. He's like, yeah, fuck autocorrect. But have you ever tried to turn it off? No, I speak from experience.
Oh, no, you need it in your life.
Oh, my God. I turned it off and it
addicted.
was worse.
Yeah.
It's cool when it works well, as is all technology, actually. But when you're cruising along and it's like automatically finding the words and stuff, but even today, and it was like, somebody replied back and they're like, can you clarify what you said? I suspect autocorrect. And like my phone is crapping out. So whenever I use fucking Outlook on my phone, it's all geriatric and my fingers are moving and the keys are moving, but the letters are popping up all slow. This is like the worst I've ever had one of my iPhones deteriorate. I'm like pissed about it. But it's my phone year. I'm going to get a new phone this year, whatever. Yeah, but I turned it off for a while.
It's my phone year. We need to get back to that in another podcast. That is a funny statement.
That
is something that is very, very, very recent to human knowledge. And it made 100% sense to me, but it stuck out like a thumb that got hit by a hammer.
Well, I go every other one. I'm not going to get it every year.
No, I know, and everybody knows what that is, but that was nothing. A few years ago, nobody knew what a fucking phone year would have been. Who knows?
I don't even know what mine is. I just go in there and ask, is it my phone year?
As you can see, I've been a little on edge, so that's why
it's all right, though.
It's nice to get back in the outhouse.
We're going to have some fun tonight, too.
We're gonna have some
man.
fun.
Yeah,
Hopefully the guest will show up soon.
In a world where people have nothing better to do than make lists about movies and sports and such and then bitch about them on the internet.
What the fuck is the internet?
Where the average commute is far longer than it should be because people can't drive worth a shit and shouldn't even have a license in the first place.
Eat a dick!
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
We bring you the ultimate, end-all be-all, most time-wasting interactive internet list-arguing debate tournament of champions in podcast history.
No fucking way Braveheart's better than Frozen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This is the Flush Out Brackets.
You're talking about a film and a movie right here.
This week on the SSDT Flush Out Bracket, we bring to you SNL alumni films. First up, Coming to America.
Behold, Jimmy, life, real life, a thing that we have been denied for far too long. Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Versus Happy Gilmore.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Oh man, this bracket is freaking awesome, fellas.
Yes, it is, sir.
Oh my god, we had a fun time doing this one.
This was a very entertaining one to fill out, and the way we did it this time to get the initial seed seeded, we were doing it real time through the app, so we could see each other typing and stuff. We were all in different places. I was at the grocery store, but it was funny because we were all like snatching each other's movies up, and we went one by one so that people didn't get all their shit snatched up. But this was an easy bracket to fill out because there's so much good that came from this iconic show, SNL. Saturday Night Live.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Are you too good for your home?
Such a funny movie.
Oh man, these are some of the hardest choices we had to make throughout the whole bracket. But Coming to America versus Happy Gilmore, this is like pooping in my ice cream, man. Like, what's going on here? But you know, I love all these movies.
The thing that's tough is, for me, I know Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live, but
that's not where you know him from.
Yeah.
You know him from the movies.
Yes.
Because that was a generation before us.
But we knew Adam Sandler when he was still on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And so it feels like more of an SNL movie, so it makes it kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I like Coming to America better, but I feel like...
You must be out your goddamn mind!
But I think Happy Gilmore, I don't know.
These are both two of my favorite movies.
Absolutely.
And when I was younger, when Adam Sandler was popping and he was hot and this was like the new shit, I loved that guy. I learned like a lot from that guy. And people like to dog him now, and I fucking hate it because he was so dope then, and everybody was laughing and buying tickets and buying the albums then. Remember, he used to do the comedy albums and CDs or whatever.
I think his comedy albums are a lot of what we're doing is based in that we learned that at a young age.
Dude's a
From
fucking
him.
G.
Yeah.
He smokes weed with Snoop Dogg. Like,
pretty
he
sure.
makes comedy for a living and does what he loves. Like, people just jealous of Adam Sandler. That's what I think, for sure.
He still does movies. I was listening to those CDs when I was like 12, I think. And for that reason, I am voting officially for Happy Gilmore.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, but
I'm voting Coming to America.
you're going Coming to America, Duff.
That was one, that movie, like you're saying, I don't even think of it as an SNL movie. It's just like one of the dopest movies. I don't know. And I was able to watch it young. And again, it's like kind of rebellious because
It is. There's titties in it.
there's some stuff in there. You don't get all the jokes and stuff.
Oh, you didn't
but-
get the tranny joke, right? When
you're
Arsenio
little.
Hall. Yeah, you're like, oh, it was. I don't know. It's definitely better now that we understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's a tough pick, but I'm going
down
America.
to orange. Comes down to orange.
I can't say that I think Happy Gilmore is a better movie than Coming to America. I have to vote Coming to America.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up.
That's that Mr. Lady.
Next up, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house. You're goofy. Don't piss me off, Art.
Versus Tommy Boy.
What he's trying to say is that
our new brake pads are really cool. You're not even gonna believe it. Like, let's say you're driving along the road with your family, and you're driving along, la-li-la, woo, and then all of a sudden there's a truck tire in the middle of the road, and you hit the brakes. Whoa, that was close. Now let's see what happens when you're driving with the other guy's brake pads. You're driving along, and all of a sudden the kids are yelling from the back seat, I gotta go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it. Truck tire. I can't stop. Help! There's a cliff. And your family's screaming, oh my God, we're burning alive. No, I can't feel my legs. In comes a meat wagon. Wee, wee, wee. And the medic gets out and says, oh my God. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. All because you want to save a couple extra pennies. And to me, it doesn't.
Get out. Now.
Do you validate?
You could hear the fucking truck burning on his desk. That fool's a G.
Oh my God.
Rest in peace, Chris motherfucking Farley.
Yes, rest in peace, dude. One of the funniest motherfuckers this earth has ever seen, ever.
This
This
one just got really tough because until he started getting into that raspy in a van down by the river, that reminded me of that shit and that coming of age where that was like the really, I mean, my dad had showed me some grown up shit, but we really both loved that bit and would laugh at it and would stay up late and mom would fall asleep and we would watch that shit. And it was cool to be able to like that grown up shit. Oh man, Tommy.
But is it the movie?
That movie I watched like on video, on repeat. Like I bet you I could do hella lines of that movie if we started watching it. My brothers used to get mad at me. They're like, shut up. Because I used to just watch movies and like we'd repeat the lines.
Right on point, right?
The whole thing.
Me too, bro.
Now I probably can't do the whole thing like the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But you know, the reason National Lampoons isn't going to get my vote right now is because it's a Christmas movie.
It is.
I fucking love that movie. But Stars and shit, like they're still playing Scrooged.
Yeah.
They're playing, what was the other Christmas movie they had on the other day? I was like, put it away, Stars. Like, I don't care if you bought the license for this many months. Next time, pay more or something, or just don't play it. Just because you have it doesn't mean that where's the artistic, I don't know. Where's the respect? Where's the integrity?
Do
you inhale these little Cuban cigars?
Well, I accidentally did.
Oh.
That's why I was over here about to fucking die.
Oh, I was like, I thought I saw you inhale a cigar last week, too. And I was like, bro, you're doing it wrong.
I wasn't doing it with the big ones. I thought National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was really, really, really great when I was younger. And now, as a dad that has anxiety, I think that movie's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Totally relate to all of that shit, you know?
I'm
And I
right
love
there with
Chevy.
you.
He's great, you know? I love Tommy Boy, and I think it's funny. But I haven't seen it as many times as I've seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It's tough. I mean,
that's where my vote is. So you get to decide this time, Fresh.
Yep, that's fine. Because
what do you mean this time? He decides every time.
it was
that's the
orange.
running joke.
It was orange last time.
Other episodes, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I know, you're right. But,
all good.
you know, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Dude, Uncle Ed. Oh,
Shitter was full.
Oh my God, dude! Just standing out there in a little women robe.
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie. That's right. I thought it was Uncle.
And when they
Eddie.
go to Walmart and he's got that fucking white shoes on, and then he's asking him for the money, and he's just throwing shit in the cart of dog food and all this stuff, and he's just looking at him.
And then you got Tommy Boy on the other hand with Chris Farley
and David Spade. Let's not forget David Spade.
Oh my God, on a road trip, like pretty much on a road trip.
It was a really good odd couple combination.
Yeah, it was a good
amazing comedic duo. Taken too soon.
Absolutely. But my vote lies with Tommy Boy.
Oh! Speaking of my soul today, Freshie.
Hey,
If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Oh, that hurts.
Finally, for the grand finale, the penultimate rugged death match by blow of 1,000 cuts. We bring to you the 2 finalists voted before us. The one, the other one, the ultimate, the excellent, the greatest of the 2. Who will it be? Coming to America.
Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next?
Versus that man down by the river who has a spot in our hearts. No bias here from movie voice guy, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Boy.
Richard, is this your coat?
Don't do it.
That guy in a little coat. That guy in a little coat.
Don't.
That guy in a little coat. That guy in a little coat.
Take it off, dickhead. I'm serious.
Richard, what's happening?
Oh my god. Dude, I gotta watch this movie. I can't wait to show this to the boy.
I wonder if her boyfriend plays for the Yankees.
That's so funny because he comes back hella quick. Nothing.
That's so good, dude.
Richard.
So good. Oh, but Coming to America also.
Shit.
Oh my god, dude. Mr. Randy Watson. Sex with chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. Sex with chocolate.
That's pretty good.
Oh
That
my
was pretty
god, dude. Oh, these are...
I am King Jaffe Joe from Zamunda. I am looking for my son Akeem.
Well, first and foremost...
Wow, you guys are good.
Right? Thank
I
you.
wish I had one. Damn.
You just keep saving your pennies, and one day you'll be able to buy yourself an impression orange.
How many people did Eddie Murphy play in that movie? And Arsenio Hall as well.
Yeah.
I tried to get my kids to count it.
Really?
And even when they knew, they were having a hard time finding them.
Well, can't you just read the credits? Or did
No,
they not
no.
list them all?
While we were watching it, I said, oh, by the way, how many roles has he played so far? And they're like, 1? Oh, no.
Yeah. He's at least in there, like, what, 6 times?
I think 6 or 7.
At least.
I like the Easter egg, as they call it now, or the callback to another great Eddie Murphy movie, Trading Places. That's a Christmas movie. If you're doing a debate about, or a FOB about Christmas movies, and one day I put in Trading Places, don't fucking argue with me. It's a hella Christmas movie. But anyway, he gives that brick of cash to Mortimer and the other fucking guy, the 2 old guys that tried to fuck him.
Yep.
And they were bumming on the street, and he's like, here you go. He gives them a bag of dough to the bums, and it
back.
was Mortimer and whatever his fucking name is. We're back, Mortimer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
The cable channels have been playing Coming to America lately, and it's good to. It's one of those ones where I scroll, it doesn't stop. I put it on.
Yeah, I fucking love it. It's I think it's a great movie. Sorry, when I introduced the kids to it recently, even though the language is a little rough. Eddie Murphy is a coming of age to me for when it comes to that. I think Eddie lost it when he stopped cursing so much. You know, he started making family movies. It was over. He tried to go back a couple times, but it was hard. Early Eddie Murphy
Ice
is
Cube's
just fucking...
made family movies,
That
man.
was going to be my point, too, and everybody talks shit about them for making those movies. Have you seen
I'm
that?
not talking shit about him.
No,
I'm
I know.
just saying he's not as funny anymore.
I don't know.
He was funny, man.
I think he still is.
He was so funny in that movie, and he was so funny so many different fucking times.
I think they're still funny. I think Sandler's still funny. I think they're
Sandler's
all still funny. When you're that kind of person, it's like saying, "Oh, Robin Williams died an unfunny man." No, it was a tragedy. We lost him earlier. You know, he was suffering from depression, took his own life, but that guy will be funny whether he's making movies or whether he's selling brake pads.
Yeah,
because that's just who that guy is. Eddie Murphy. Bro, if I bet you that fool's funny every day by accident.
Yeah.
Like, not like we're laughing at him. He's just, I don't know how to do anything else, man. Like,
what if you lose the edge when you get money, though?
Well, I think people through comfort lose hunger, and if you're using your craft to feed your hunger, once you hit the finish line, it's like, how many times do I got to keep winning this race? And then you get to a point. It's like, fuck it. You like my movie? You don't like my movie? It's fucking great. I saw an Eddie Murphy picture that I panned as a younger, obnoxious fucking cockknocker that thought I knew everything in the world, and I'm not going to watch that movie. It's going to be stupid. Or why are you in a movie with Owen Wilson? But that movie I Spy with Owen Wilson, Hollywood and I watched. She's like, "Oh, I love this movie," and I'm like, "I like Kill Bill, and I like this film," and I was all like stuck up about it. And she re-taught me it's okay to like quote unquote shitty movies, right, or commercial movies. We watched this movie, I Spy. It was fucking hilarious. Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson. I don't know.
That's why our bracket is just for fun, man. Because this is two of the two choices I've never, or one choice. Excuse me, that I've never really wanted to make. I've never wanted to compare these two movies, but we have, and somebody's got to win.
Coming to America.
Have Orange with the bold throw.
You know, it's apples and oranges. It's vanilla and chocolate. It's well, no, it's not coming down to fucking race, you cunts. Whoever's going to flip that and be like, that man was racist on episode 10, you could suck my dick from the airwaves right now.
Yeah.
Man. Tommy Boy. I'm feeling Tommy Boy today, and I love Coming to America.
Oh, man.
I got all nostalgic hearing the Tommy Boy clips, honestly. I think I went into this saying Coming to America was going to win, just in my head. But I started catching the feelings once you started playing those Tommy Boy clips, man.
I guess I'm going to have to watch it again. It's been a little while.
Well, I think my official vote to settle the entire SNL alum bracket of the FOB, I'm going to have to go with Tommy Boy.
Let me tell you why I suck as a salesman. Let's say I go into some guy's office. Let's say he's even remotely interested in buying something. Well, then I get all excited. I'm like, Jojo, the idiot circus boy with a pretty new pet. The pet is my possible sale. Oh, my pretty little pet. I love you. So I stroke it, and I pet it, and I massage it. Yeah, I love it. I love my little naughty pet. You're naughty. And then I take my naughty pet and I go. Oh! I killed it! I killed my sale. That's when I blow it.
So that sends Coming to America down the shitter.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out tonight. I want to thank Fresh. I want to thank Mr. Orange. It's been a great show tonight. This is Movie Face Guy. Please listen to all my upcoming FOBs. We got a great show for you next week. Orange is here. JT Fresh 2. Fucked up, man. Thank you for watching. And have a shitty day.
That was good. That was really good, guys.
Yeah. The FOB of SNL alumni. Man, that was hard, fellas.
That was fun, though.
That was fun.
That was very fun.
I got confused there because I thought when you were playing the Chris Farley sound that you were going to flush it. And I was like, oh, he went to, like, I'm surprised. What? I was surprised you said Tommy Boy for the win.
Tommy Boy for the win.
And then you played the clip, and I was like, oh, no, is this the Dump It clip?
No.
You did that on all the other ones. That's why I got confused.
That's okay.
It's all right. Shock and
They
awe.
know what they know what the answer is. And Tommy Boy runs away with it today. I have to say, I love Tommy Boy. I gotta go watch the entire thing now after watching those clips.
It
man,
makes me want to.
It's just like having these clips and listening to them just brings back so much memory. So,
and that's when the whores move in.
I think that's what this is all about. So let's
There's
not get
one
too
prostitute in the war in 1969, and that's all you can ever bring up.
Shit balls. I loved watching Saturday Night Live when I was younger. It's weird how it always seems like the cast is always like the old cast was better, and then there's a new cast, and then the cast that was not any good is now good. They seem to grow, and then they disband, and it takes a couple of years to really get going again. You know,
it's kind of like a baseball team. They got
it's a lot like it.
Farm kids coming out of Chicago and Second City or wherever they all come from, and then they get drafted. It's like, all right, you're going to be on the stage. We start. You're already 2 days behind. It's fucking Wednesday, and we're on Saturday. Get in there. You got 2 bits.
I think if it was up to Lorne Michaels, it wouldn't be like that. But the guys leaving groups because Sandler, Farley, and Spade all left at the same time, right? When I was 16 years old, I think.
Did they all leave the same year?
I think they all left the same year.
Yeah, that was a big blow. They said.
Yeah,
that's a major blow.
Uh-huh. And that happens, I think, didn't it happen with Will Ferrel? A couple of people quit. Usually it seems like it's groups. So they get a couple good years as a really good tight-knit group, and then there's too much turnover, and then they settle out again, and then there's turnover.
Yeah.
So sometimes they maintain it for longer than others.
I think some people leave way too soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well,
they're
Eddie
just...
Murphy.
Did he? Was he only on there one season?
I think it was only one season.
Phil Hartman.
Well,
remember
how long
Phil
was
Hartman?
he on?
I loved Phil Hartman.
He was on... He had to have been on at least like 5 years.
But we're bringing up people that have gone on to more positive things. There's like other like newbie characters that are okay. They're starting to grow on you. They're starting to be funny and stuff. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna leave. And I was like, you probably shouldn't. You're quitting the best job you've ever had and might ever get again. Keep building on that, and then maybe move. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say any names, but some of them, last few maybe like the last generation or so. It seems like they've done it a lot. Remember Horatio Sands?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did he go?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know if it's
wait,
always
who was he again?
He was like this chubby Latin dude, like in the Jimmy Kimmel or the Jimmy Fallon era. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was very sloppy looking most of the time.
Yeah.
Dude, he was funny, bro.
Yeah. Where the fuck did he go? Like, is there like it's like high school, you can only do it for 4 years? So then Kenan Thompson's like a super senior. This Saturday, he was on there, and in the middle of the bit, he looked at the camera and he said, 15 seasons, bitches. And then and walked off.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
Is Andy
Has he
Samberg
really been there for 15 years?
That's what he said, yeah.
Is Andy Samberg still on there?
No, he left a few years ago,
He
too.
did, too?
I love, speaking of it, I love his show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Have you watched it?
It's
no, my
funny.
brother really likes it.
It is really good.
I do like it,
No,
yes.
I was thinking it the other day, like, I like him, and I was really hoping he was going to figure out a way to stick around.
Right.
And it is, I think, in a more of a group ensemble of a sitcom where he's the best. He can't lead, I don't think, by himself. I don't think his humor translates well enough. But I think when he's in that group and he's that guy, he's funny on that
I still
show.
think one of my most memorable moments of Saturday Night Live is Dick in a Box.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
those videos they would make.
And Mother Lover?
Mother Lover.
I liked the one with Natalie Portman, and she was rapping.
Was that I'm a Boss? No,
I don't remember.
I don't know which one. That
I
might
just
have been
like
that
Natalie
one.
Portman.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, this is when she had her shaved head and stuff, and it's like, yeah, she's still cute. You can't do nothing to that girl to make her ugly.
And she's smart, too.
Yeah, she's like a Harvard
famous and
graduate or
rich, all
something.
kinds of stuff, man.
You know what I was kind of depressed about, too, and I was kind of mad I left it off my list on the FOB, was The Jerk with Steve Martin.
I had it on my list, and it was almost my last movie. I wish I knew what I picked last. I could check.
Yeah, with Steve Martin. Dude, he was...
Well, that's why I think we
It
could
was-
do a volume 2
But,
FOB.
no, that's why I did it. I got called out. He was never a cast member.
Steve Martin wasn't?
Nope.
What?
He's just
No.
like a frequent flyer?
Yep.
He just like their homie and he keeps coming on?
Because I think he's hosted, like, more times than anybody.
I think
It's like him,
maybe
Alec Baldwin, and
Baldwin or Goodman. The past.
There's
Maybe
some people
not.
that
They're
have-
in a club though. Have you ever? They did a skit about it when somebody joined the club.
It wasn't it JT,
and they all had
it was like
jackets?
JT or joined
Maybe.
the club, and they did this whole intro,
And they had the jackets, like the Playboy Mansion jacket, like
Yeah.
a smoking room,
And they all started to
they
come
were all
out.
in there already,
Yeah.
and they was like looking around the room. Oh look, so and so's here, and Dan Aykroyd is one of the guys
yeah,
too, right?
I remember that. I think it was when Justin Timberlake was on it.
I think you might be right. Like
I don't
last
know.
year for the
It was
for
a
the
couple
season
years
opener.
ago. Yeah.
So like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
I think so. I don't know. I just love this show, man.
I think that I mentioned it earlier that there's a lot of Adam Sandler in our show, or at least in my head. Just that we try the variety of stuff, and he would. I guess we don't sing songs, but
we could and we will. Did you hear that beat Fresh played earlier?
I loved it.
No, we're gonna make some shit out of that.
There you go.
This is just it was kind of like I said earlier, like a rite of passage in a way. Like it was something adult that me and my dad could bond over. We did that real big over Homer Simpson too. Well, the Simpsons rerun will be on, and my dad will be in the kitchen. You don't even know he's in the vicinity, and like Homer Simpson will crack a joke. You just hear Dad start laughing in the background. It's like he laughs hard at that shit, and my dad loves to laugh. And hearing my dad laugh, and I always wanted to impress my dad, right? And laugh at these Saturday Night Live people. It's like, okay, like I'll make them laugh, right? Or making people laugh is like fun for me. And I learned like these guys get paid money to make people laugh.
know.
It's like a dream job. You learn so much from this show. It's a subconscious motivation to me. It was, I think. And Adam Sandler, I was way into the Adam Sandler shit. That's when I realized like I want to make movies. I want to be funny for money. Like let's fucking do this. Never did it, right? But life is still young.
Hold on.
Yeah. Life is still young. We still could do it. I don't know.
I think we're fun
When
doing
people are laughing at you, but they're kind of laughing with you, like it helps you forget your insecurities. Like I was skinny. I wore glasses. I was from New York. All these things that I was different that they could laugh at me for. But if I make them laugh, then what the fuck? They can't do anything. You can't take me down because I already put myself out there for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. That's what I really dig it.
I'm just glad I grew up in the age of Saturday Night Live. I think when I did. I think it was the best age. But you think other people would contest that, right?
For sure.
Well, yeah, I think so. And I'm not saying I necessarily am. I think it's probably a lot like music. Like the three of us, even though you guys are more into hip hop than I am when it comes to 90s hip hop, that's all it was back then for me. So it instantly takes me back to those same feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure there's people that think, because Saturday Night Live has been funny at other times, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Or it still wouldn't be around for so damn long. But I think that maybe we get nostalgic about the generation at a time.
I think everybody gets nostalgic about anything. Like their
music.
When they were, it's crazy how you listen to a song and it fully takes you back.
Yeah.
Or it'll fully bring back a memory that you didn't even think you retained any longer. It's cool.
Well, it's like you said, hearing those bits from the movie, right? It was bringing things back for you guys. Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure. It totally was. There was one thing that I really like about the SNL is when they do those clip shows and they're just stringing like back to back to back good sketches. Or they'll do those ones like the Chris Farley special is like one of the best because they're just stringing together
it's all
all
the
his
hits.
dope hits.
Yeah.
It really works.
I think the thing that stands out, honestly, in Saturday Night Live is the fake commercials. And that's something we strive to try to produce here in the outhouse.
Oh, it's an influence for sure.
Definitely an influence for us.
Yeah. Do you guys still watch the show religiously, or
I don't watch anything religiously anymore.
Busy. It's hard.
It's time, but I usually go off the musical guest. Especially now with the cast as it is now, I really don't have any like super dope favorites, but I still love the format. Weekend Update is one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Especially when that's hitting.
Right.
Love watching Weekend Update.
You're
or
right.
when they made that show a couple of years ago, they did that spin-off. It was just Weekend Update on like a Thursday or something. And the fact that they started to do the show, I don't know if they're still doing it, but the last, I don't know, half a dozen episodes or something, they were actually doing them live. So we could watch Saturday Night Live when it goes on in New York early. And then at 11:30, they play the tape. That's how they've been doing it. I'm not sure if they're still doing it like that.
Never seen that.
But I'll check for the musical guest because you're going to get a lot of like it's a big time commitment. You're going to get a lot of mediocre jokes, and then you're going to get a couple good ones, kind of like our podcast. So it's like, do I have time to sit through that, or do I want to sit through it because Eminem's the musical guest this week? You know, so it's like, fuck yeah, I'm going to watch that one.
But how much has that changed though in the last 10 years? Maybe definitely the last 5. You don't have to watch a show anymore. You get the funny stuff on YouTube.
Well, I see. I'm not big into that. I like
no.
I mean, yeah, if it's like, oh, you got to see, I think that takes the value away from it.
Because it definitely, because then you can just produce it. But it's funny because you still, even though you're not watching it live, you know it was recorded live. So the mistakes are funny. Did you,
I know Dick in the Box is not live.
Yeah.
But that's,
no, those videos
I guess now you got me in a bind here.
No, those are great. That's a
welcomed
part
of the
medium.
Show. Yeah.
Oh,
part of our stuff is scripted and done beforehand.
I want the lonely,
the conversation, the live part. That's
I want the Lonely Island video compilation.
Right.
You just I bet you YouTube that. YouTube the Lonely Island SNL videos, and you'll see all those cool shits.
Yeah. We can still talk to. I haven't got to Will Ferrel yet.
Man,
that's what I mean.
At first, when I first was exposed to Will Ferrel, I was like, who is this curly-haired motherfucker? He is goofy as all sin.
Yeah.
Like, I was opposed. People got to earn it with me, and it sucks. I hate to be that critical. I'd like to be a little bit more easygoing. But at first, I was like, fuck no. And then you find yourself laughing at something. Wait, I'm not supposed to like this. But it's hilarious. And then you just give in. And he is a fucking comedic genius. And I slap myself in the face for ever disregarding that notion or ever doubting him as a comedic genius, just because obviously it's a little slapsticky, it's a little physical humor, like the goofiness prevails. But he had that one, and he's like in the office, and it's Casual Friday, and he's in the American flag Speedo, like with his, he's not afraid to like take his,
no,
like,
he's not,
and Get Hard, and his ass like slaps on the sliding glass door while the landscapers are out there, and he's just like, oh, good morning, Mr. Will Ferrell, or whatever.
Did you guys like the most recent one where they did the casino thing to raise money for the college?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that one.
It's funny, you know, and it's got Amy Poehler in it
yeah,
too. She's
another Saturday Night Live
hilarious.
I think her and Tina Fey are geniuses.
They might have been the best Weekend Update duo.
Geniuses.
I love Parks and Rec too.
Parks and Rec was a great show.
I wanted to get into that show. I never watched it. That was about the. I saw like a couple episodes, but it's like that was kind of the start of There's Too Many Shows for me.
Yeah,
because it's like I just couldn't keep up with. I'm juggling plates and they're starting to fall, and it's like I can't watch all this TV.
I used to watch a lot of Jeopardy, right? Like trivia. Yeah, so you guys may have noticed. So to me, some of the favorite SNL skits ever are when Will Ferrell does the Jeopardy ones, and then the contestants, and when fucking Norm Macdonald did,
Norm Macdonald. My God, he comes on and does fucking
Burt Reynolds, dude. That is
yeah.
And then they do Connery. I can't remember which guy does Sean Connery, and he's always fucking with him.
Oh yeah,
he's like, that's why I fucked your mother last night, Trebek.
That's
and they're always in the negative, and they're always just terrible. Amy Poehler did Ozzy Osbourne's wife with Sharon Osbourne. She killed it. They all come on. That it was always, to me, it was such a great SNL.
Such a great platform for comedians, though. Just to
well, like I said, a lot
showcase.
of the guys, though, they almost have to move on to ensemble casts to succeed. Not all of them, but some of them. Will Forte, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
The one that does Last Man Standing?
Yeah,
or
he's
Last Man on
also
Earth, or whatever.
MacGruber.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He, that show stuck around now for quite a few years. I watched it for a couple years, and then show overload, and it got dropped off the list, but it's still around, so somebody's watching it.
That's cool. Yeah. That's good to.
But it's got more of a 5 to 6 person core, like Friends ensemble cast kind of thing. So.
Well, that's what's good about a group is you bounce funny off of each other, and you need people to feed funny. You know, sometimes people are most funny when there's somebody there to laugh because they're feeding off that laugh energy. You know,
that was us, right? I always found after we got over not liking each other real quickly,
that was brief. We don't even have to bring that up.
Then we figured out real fast that we could bounce off each other in a social setting, and I think in a lot of ways we've yet to really hit that on this show.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Well, because we're so busy worried about laying a foundation.
Yeah,
we gotta build the court before we can dunk. Yeah, and we're still laying the fucking rebar.
Well, and
laying the rebar for the concrete.
That's right, because like half of Saturday Night Live is the writing too. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
you gotta get how they've managed to keep fresh writing for So long, no pun intended.
Tina Fey wasn't even a cast member other than Weekend Update and like just a few minor things. She was just the head writer. I always thought I remembered her on the show more, but when I was looking through this, I was just kind of freshening up on all this stuff. I noticed that. I was like, wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Huh. Yeah, because I remember thinking that. I was like, why does she only seem to do fucking Update?
She's fucking funny.
She's so
30
cool.
Rock was good. Speaking of
I've seen a lot of
earlier.
30 Rock. I haven't seen all of it.
Tracy Morgan.
Love Tracy Morgan.
Man, he's got a new one coming out.
Look at all
Yeah,
the
that
names.
show looks cool. Like the OG or
I know.
something, or the last G or something. That
The
is
last
names
OG.
that
The
come
last
off
OG.
of this is
The SNL
immaculate.
list? Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally immaculate of how many people got either their start, got big, jumped off from that platform, and went all these different ways. And it's literally it's part of our
fact
pop
that
culture for sure.
For many generations,
Huge.
which is what is odd. But of course, it changes. So then it has a chance to
it's
change with the times.
It's like baseball.
Yeah.
Everybody get, in my day, fucking Babe
As a
Ruth.
team, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Tracy Morgan fucking bounced back. And he's got a
After
new
that
show.
accident,
And
yeah.
he got the fucking Netflix. I saw that fool with the punchline in SAC. It
bet you that was great.
hilarious. And I was halfway there. Yeah, I got off on How and realized I forgot the tickets at my parents' house in Carmichael. Called my brother up. They were stashed in like the weed drawer. Nobody knew about it. They probably did because it always reeked. My mom was like, "It stinks. It's a foul smell." And my room was right by their room, so it's like always smelled like weed or whatever. But I was like, "Hey, it's in this top left drawer of my dresser. It's these tickets. Can you meet me at the park off the freeway?" And yeah, he came to me. God bless Jeff. He came. And fucking we raced back there. The opener was done. There's like no seats, surprisingly enough. Because now you come late like that, there's, there would be nowhere to sit. We got to sit right in the front, to the left of the stage a little bit. And I was so paranoid and insecure and afraid of public speaking and was afraid I was going to get picked on. And you could see him. You could see his eyes as he's doing jokes, work the room, and look for people to get. So there was a couple awkward times where he made eye contact with my stoned ass eyes, and then I kind of just like avert eye contact and look back. He's still looking. You're like, fuck. And you look down, probably blushed or something. Tracy's looking my way. He went in on these two lesbians in the front. He went in. He was talking about something about how dick smells, and he looks at them and goes, "Don't act like you don't know what that smells like. I know you've been down there before. There's a reason you switched, girl." And like they weren't laughing that I could tell. Dude, and so I was like, funniest thing I ever fucking saw. Bought the DVD of that tour, right? And it like wasn't the same. The funniest shit, and maybe it was the vibe, maybe it was the moment, whatever. But the funniest shit that I remember from that show was the ad-libs and was the freestyles. And when he went in on those dykes, teasing them about knowing what dick smells like it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Man, just the jump off platform for all these people, bro.
I know, it's a lot of people. Man, I was thinking about that since we got to thinking about this. I was like, I wonder what the oldest first-time cast member, like, wonder how old they were. Like, is it too late to try? Like, they need old guys, right?
Yeah, right? I read that when I was looking for some inspiration or when I was researching P3. Fuck it, I'm not going to bullshit. And I came across some Chris Farley shit. And he's like, I went down there to fucking Second City in Chicago and I auditioned and I got in, but I couldn't stop partying. Yeah. So I would come in and they'd be like, you need to cool it. And I wouldn't listen. And I'd keep doing my shit because he was a heavy partier. I mean, that's how he fucking died.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, dude, one more time and you're fucking done. And he's like, all right, I got the hint because my dream was going to go away. But it's like, hey, let's go move to fucking Chicago and audition for Second City or whatever they call it and just see what fucking happens. Is it like the military? There's a cutoff. They won't take you if you're older than 32. I know Hollywood generally likes fucking younger people, but this ain't Hollywood. It's New York fucking City. Sorry, I'm fucking edgy today.
That's all right.
We need fucking Liverpool to come over here and say, quit being a cunt.
No, he's this orange
I'm the
fellow
Liverpool
is
fan.
Liverpool.
Lord Flatulent.
Lord Flatulent.
Yeah, he's all about Manchester.
Manchester.
Right?
Man U, yeah.
Man U. Is that Manchester United, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Just
making sure I get it right.
He did us a big favor this week, too.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great. You guys are going to love it, that's for sure.
Yeah, so here on Same Shit, Different Toilet, we present to you Shit Happens.
Here we are once again on Shit Happens, the weekly radio call-in show where you cunts bore us with tales of yore. From pure rubbish to utter poppycock, these are the stories of the shitheads.
Alright, so we're here with, who's man? Pepto, right? You said Pepto.
Pepto.
Pepto is on the line here on Shit Happens. What up, Pepto? How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, pretty good. So you're here, same shit, different toilet. You got a Shit Happens story. Hey, man, the floor is yours, sir.
Little bit. So you guys know Mr. Orange is my little brother from another mother.
Okay.
So we used to, was your senior year, Mr. Orange lived with us. And so those are pretty impressionable years. You can imagine he's a senior, I'm a freshman in college. Always running around. Mr. Orange got this beautiful 1976 blue Datsun V210. And he liked to make a habit of parking in my spot all the time, which we had many of confrontations about. And I was pretty particular about my parking spot. And one day I came home and found it in my spot again. And I wasn't in the mood that day. And I had a truck. So needless to say, I walked in and informed Mr. Orange that he might want to go check on his vehicle because it was out in the middle of the street. I had just pulled up and pushed it out of the way with my truck.
Oh, shit.
And,
fucking asshole.
I only tell you this because we're just building up the hatred that I had built for this car. It was a love-hate because I mean, you can't have a vehicle like that without having enduring memories about it. But at the time, it was just, it took a lot of abuse. He had to take my truck one day. It wasn't the best of running vehicles. He needed it for something. And I had to make a Taco Bell run. So I take his Datsun down there. And this thing is idling and sputtering so loud in the drive-thru that they have to ask me to turn it off so they could hear my order.
There's like a diesel in there.
Which I was pretty reluctant to do, but had no choice if I wanted my food. And of course, you know what happened next is it wouldn't start back up in the drive-thru line with about a mile of cars stuck behind me. So that didn't do anything to make me like this car anymore. So, and Mr. Orange, you got to correct me on this one, but I think one time, I know you used to work at a golf course, and every once in a while I'd meet you there. And I seem to recall one time you asked me to follow you home because you were unsure of the Blue Beast to fill it up, and got in a hurry to leave and
forgot to
take the
hose out of the car.
The hose out of the car, and it sounded like a frickin' bomb when we ripped about half of this thing off. Of course, you couldn't get away with that shit nowadays because there's cameras everywhere. But we just peeled out of there. I think we had to stop on the on-ramp to pull the frickin' hose out of the car because we were so scared and anxious to get out of there.
Scared kids, of course.
Yeah. So one day we're out front and we're messing around, throwing the football, and I think, I can't recall exactly, Mr. Orange had to go somewhere or went somewhere. We kind of half-assed got permission from him to paint a racing stripe on the Datsun. And unfortunately, we didn't have the foresight to lay down the rules of engagement. And other than just make sure that we mask it off so we don't get any overspray. So we're just chomping at the bit to get after these racing stripes. And the only paint we could find in the garage, my dad had some bronze
I think
paint.
it was primer.
Like,
I don't even think it was
yeah.
paint. I think it was primer.
Yeah, I don't know. My old man would have called it shit Brindle Brown.
Exactly what he would have gone.
but so whether it was coming out of the shower or coming back for wherever it was, we're out there proud as could be with this bronze or brown racing stripe down the middle of his blue Bondoed car. And
God.
all I remember is he just shook his head and just goes, "You guys are fucking dicks." And he just hopped in and drove off.
I do remember
was
that
bad.
part of the story very vividly.
You guys are dicks. And we laughed. We just giggled. I thought that was the greatest thing ever, because how many opportunities you get to paint a racing stripe on somebody's car, one full of that much parity at least.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That's crazy. I'm surprised they didn't use fucking Sharpie.
No, that would have taken too long. They were in a hurry. It wasn't a professional
Yeah.
job.
Well, Sharpies are expensive.
I think we were in a hurry because whatever you were doing, we knew that you would have put the kibosh on.
I'm
whatever
almost
we were
certain
doing.
it was
If you would have saw the paint.
I was on my way to get a date for a dance, is what it was. And
Okay. Yeah.
I'm almost positive that's what it was. And you guys, you obviously weren't going because you were in college. And I showed up with my new paint job.
Showed up to the dance with that busted shit.
Get the fuck out of that car.
76 Datsun B210.
Everybody
Look it up.
remembers it.
You need to put that bad boy on Twitter.
I'll find a picture of it and I will.
Oh, that's going up on Twitter at Mr. Orange 20, Mr. _ Orange 25. Yeah, it'll be up there. Well, hey, Pepto, that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. That's something I never knew about this guy, and I'm glad you told it here on Shit Happens, man.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me. You guys have a good one.
You too, bro.
You guys are dicks.
Dude, that was like the worst fake laugh I've ever. And that made me like laugh for real.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that was awesome, dude. Thanks for having Pepto, man.
Yeah.
And he's what to you?
Well, it's a complicated arrangement. No, he is he, like you said, I'm his de facto little brother, and I stayed with him and his pops and his stepmom my senior year in high school. But we were super close, obviously, long before that. He also happens to be first cousins with Bean.
Okay.
And I'm first cousin with Bean.
Bean was our
but
first.
just on the different sides of the family.
Oh,
So
that's
me and him don't share shit, but his dad's always been Uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle Pepto.
That's so funny that I still can't get over the fact that all these dudes had nicknames before the show. Like nicknames like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're making this show, we all have nicknames, and he goes, "Oh, I got fucking Metamucil calling in tonight." And you're like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
You're like, "No, I just gave him that one."
Why
It's a
did
shit show.
I have to ask, why'd you want to paint a stripe on your fucking car?
I didn't want to. These assholes want to. It was, listen, man, it was a piece of shit.
It was a
I
beater.
suppose I should probably explain a little bit about the dot.
Yeah.
Sorry. I bought a 1976 Datsun B210 off a guy on the corner in town where you used to be like the used lot for sale by owner, pre-Craigslist, you know what I mean? Kind of everyone would park their cars there.
Yeah.
City didn't regulate it. It was an empty lot. So you go down there and got the guy's number. I called him up. I think I paid $600 for it. It was a 3-speed, no air conditioner, no radio, 2-door little hatchback deal. It ran, and that's what I rolled around in until I left for the Navy. Well, a few months before I left for the Navy, it took a shit on me, and we pushed it home with my girlfriend's Bronco. She had an OJ Bronco.
That's what he said he did to you.
That's what he did with his truck.
I think that was hilarious as shit. It's like, well,
it was pushed more than once. With
that's why I was. You were the asshole in that story. Stop parking in his fucking spot. That's what was pissing me off. I was like, yeah. And he's like, so I had my truck. I was like, good for you, motherfucker.
Right?
I can't really remember.
Were you
a
like
reason why
defiant or just absent-minded.
I could have been more than maybe I thought I would just be gone before he got home, and we always crossed paths at different times or something. I don't remember. Maybe I was just a dick.
There is nothing more.
There's probably a lot to that. He's probably pounding his steering wheel going, "He was a fucking asshole. He was doing it on purpose." And now he's not pounding anymore. Now he's laughing. So I got you to laugh, motherfucker.
Right? When you live in like an apartment complex and you come home and somebody is in your fucking spot, it's like, what?
Right?
It's like, oh my god, that happened far too frequently at the place that I just moved from. It was like, man,
and all they do is tag that shit. They just
there's
throw,
not
like,
much.
a sticker
There's
on it.
nothing that's gonna make you feel better anytime soon.
No.
Well, luckily
you still have to go find another spot.
Luckily, the last couple times the person was there. It was like in the act, and this one guy. He was like a contractor or something. He was like a service guy. He was there to do something, and he was in a van. And I'm like, what did I say? I was like, hey, you going to be long? He's like, oh, just a couple of minutes. I was like, that's my spot. You got to move it. Like, I don't know why I gave him the option or how it came up, but he's like, and I'm like, yeah, no, fucking get out. And the other time it was just this teen, like, slumped over against the window, like, texting. And I'm like, he looks up. I'm like, you need to fucking move. And he kind of just looks at me and then like starts the car. I'm like, good. I get back in the car. I'll ask Hollywood. I'll start getting out of the car before the shit's even stopped rolling. I'm like so livid when that happens. So I feel him. Get out. I paid fucking $125 for this shit. You ain't paid shit for it. You don't get to move. You don't get to sit there.
And that was a fresh take brought to you by Duffman.
Well, again,
Duffman's been on one. I think we need to hit him with a little P3. Duffman, why don't you read this P3? Settle yourself down, my friend.
People need a time to laugh. It's up to us to bonk ourselves over the head and slip on a banana peel so the average guy can say, I may be bad, honey, but I'm not as much of an idiot as that guy on the screen. Chris Farley.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley. Not only hilarious, but look at the wisdom he instills in us. That's absolutely taken to heart by Duffman right now. I can see him. He's feeling it. He needs to feel it. He needs to feel good about himself. We all need to feel good about each other.
It's just the bright glow of the big ass TV. I'm like a bug. I'm attracted to it. I keep bumping my head on it.
Well, as long as laughter is in your life, I think that's the lesson of today's show, folks.
Oh, laughter is the best medicine. And SNL's been providing us that prescription for a great many years.
Yeah, SNL has been there through and through our lifetime and has made us laugh like crazy. And, we need it in our life. We need laughter.
We need more of it in these crazy times.
Well, it's been a great show, everybody. Thank you for coming into the Outhouse, the Same Shit, Different Toilet podcast.
Check out Mr_Orange25 on Twitter. Go by the Outhouse. Check your junk mail, please, in your email. If you're not getting our FOBs, because some people have been finding them in the wrong spot, add our email and come in this week deep in the Outhouse with Mama KGB.
Hell yeah, man. You can catch me at Duffman916 on IG and the Twitter. Search SSDT on the Apple Podcast app. Download and listen to the show, shitheads. And like Orange said, check your email for that spam or junk mail. It's like autocorrect. Fuck you, spam filter.
Yeah.
And finally, we actually did record the first LSU lacing shit up with my man's Fresh and Erratic. So that is more coming soon than it ever has been before.
Coming soon. You can hit me up at JT_fresh with a 3, not an E up on that Twitter. Go to SSD Toilet on Instagram. And remember, you can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, Podbean, SoundCloud, and of course, coming soon to YouTube. Yeah, see you later, shitheads.
This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.